Hello everyone, welcome to Mindfulness with Mahip. Today I want to address this question of the difference between the Buddhist idea of self and the Advaita Vedanta idea of what self is. So this often comes as a concern or a question when I'm teaching meditation, because many people learn spirituality or meditation practices in the Buddhist tradition, and many people learn it in the Hindu tradition or in the Advaita Vedanta tradition. And of course, there are so many more, but just want to address the confusion between these two ways, these two perspectives. Simplest answer is the impermanent self that is often talked about in Buddha's teaching. Like everything is impermanent, everything is changing, including who you are, including your sense of self. That personal self is objective self, the self that you experience as an object. For example, this speaker is an object in front of me. I can really see it, and it's changing, it's vibrating, it's gonna decay. Similarly, this paper, it's an object in front of me. So the constructed self, like my objective self, is Mahip, this guy from India, this therapist or psychologist, or this husband, or a good person. Every identity, every definition of me is an objective self. So that is bound to change. That is, of course, temporary. It keeps on changing. Look, and also the Mahib, the body. It was about baby, and it grows into this person who is like an adult. Bound to change. Now let's shift into the other self that I often talk about in my teachings, which I borrow from Advaita Vedanta, is the subjective self. That is the subjective awareness, the one who is watching, the one who is aware, pure awareness itself. Now look at that, it's subjective. That self can never be experienced as an object. Why? Because that subjective self is the one who is aware. It never can come in front of you. That is who you are, really are. The person and the constructed self are these. This is what you think you are, and that is bound to change. Your personality, your mood, your emotions and thoughts, of course, impermanent. That subjective self is just like your eyes are the subject, and every object that I just used an example of, these are objects. The eyes are always this one subject looking at hundreds of objects are changing. Even when I move my eyes from this, when I move my head from this corner to that corner, I see hundreds of things in this room. I see trees and the clouds. So objects are changing, but there's only one eye looking at all of them. Anyways, this is a metaphor, so not exactly will define what that subjective awareness is. It can only be a pointer. So you, who's aware of all these changes, who's also aware of the objective self, is the real self, is the subjective self. And that is the difference between how Buddhist philosophy or Buddhist teachings define the self, that is all bound to change, and the Advaita Vedanta self, that is changeless, that is always here, that can never be seen or experienced objectively. Although you are always experiencing it subjectively, because you are that, the one who is always looking at experiences, is always here. So that is, I think, that is how I would differentiate between these two concepts. And again, the second one is not a concept. It is who you are. So I'm definitely limited by language. The moment I put words into that who you are, It becomes a concept that I'm putting in a box, making an object out of it. So my language, my way of expression limit me. It reminds me of that song, जो भी मैं कहना चाहूँ बर्बाद करे अल्फाज मेरे from Rockstar. Everything that I want to say is ruined by my words. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video and made sense and clarified some doubts or helped you understand something deeper about yourself, something true about who you are. And I wish you the best and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.